Hey guys, today I'll be doing a color pencil portrait drawing. Now this is my second attempt to do a portrait drawing with color pencils. The second time wasn't bad, but it's still a work in progress. And there's always room for improvement. So with that being said, let's do a portrait drawing with color pencil. Hey guys, this is my sketch of doing a portrait drawing with color pencils. So here I was drawing the face and then I struggled with the proportion of how big the head was supposed to be. So I just do a circle and then did the jaw. But even then the proportions were a little bit off. So I did go back and fix it when I did the color pencil, when I went back in with color pencil. But here I'm just using a regular mechanical pencil and just figuring out where the mouth, nose, eyes, eyebrows, lips are, and then the mouth. I wasn't really too happy with the mouth sketch and how the mouth and the teeth turned out, but again, I do fix it when it comes to color pencil. So don't worry, most of this stuff is fixed with color pencil eventually. So I'm now writing, or not writing, but drawing the hands, and it has like this sort of finger heart pose that a lot of people are doing these days. So I'm doing that. I chose this reference photo because I wanted to do a portrait drawing again with color pencil. I've done it previously with Jungkook, but I'll show you up on the screen here. But I wanted to try again with a slightly different skin tone and try to kind of expand my knowledge in terms of using color pencils for portrait drawings. And if you guys have any tips or tricks or anything like that when it comes to using color pencils for realistic portrait drawings, please let me know, or any tips at all when it comes to color pencils, please let me know in the comments below of like your tips and stuff like that and tricks that I can do in order to improve using color pencils, because I'm still new to it and I'm still exploring and learning how they work, learning how they blend, and stuff like that. So yeah. Another reason why I picked this drawing, it was not because just of the color pencil and the saturation of the skin tone and stuff like that, but it was also because for the pose. The pose is in a certain angle that's like making your lower body smaller than your upper body, and your upper body looks really big, and you're like very close to the camera. And I thought it was a very interesting pose, and I've never done portrait drawings like this one, and it was very challenging and very hard to do, but it was very fun. So here on the side, I swatched all the colors to see I make sure to fit the skin tone properly before using the color pencils, because I've had too many times where I use a material or a medium and went straight into my art piece, and it ended up being too dark or too light skin tone, so and not matching what I had in my mind or my reference. So I make sure to swatch it this time, which thank God I did. But here I'm just putting the base color down of the face, and then I went back in and defined some of the shadows a little bit more, so I knew where the shadows were, where I need to concentrate more on. And I'm using the color pencils. They are the premium color pencils. I got them a while back. I had the 72 pack of these, and they actually work quite beautifully. I've done some other like drawings with them. I've done my realistic food drawings, which if you see my Instagram, go follow it, shameless plug. Yeah, I just had fun with these, and I did the hair as well. I really like the space buns. I love when people do space buns. It's so fun. But here I'm doing the hand, and I really struggle with the hand in terms of doing the skin tone properly and getting the shadows correct. And the wrinkles of the hand were really hard. So I definitely need to keep practicing doing that in the future in my sketchbook, in terms of doing wrinkles of the knuckles of the hand when it comes to using color pencil. So as you can see here with one of the fingers right here, I think it's the middle finger of her hand, it's a little too brown, it's a little too orangey, it's a little muddy, so I go back in with an eraser and I lighten it up a little bit, as well as also the ring finger, and I just make it lighter because I didn't like the way it looked. It looked very messy, unpolished, and so yeah, and I go with the rest of the hand and I just add a little details and try not to go too far because last time you saw it got a little muddy. And then I'm doing the ring now, and I'm using silver and green for her ring. But yeah, this was fun, and again, let me know for any tips and tricks in terms of anything regarding my techniques of portrait drawing with color pencils, because I would love to know. So here I'm drawing the other hand. I made it a little bit lighter and I didn't go too far with the shading and making it too muddy looking or too gray or too orange or like too brown. You know what I mean, the way that I did it in the first time when drawing the other hand, but I did a lot better job in terms of drawing this hand and making it more accurate to my reference photo. And so I did the rest of the arm and then the nails and then the ring, and then I went back and did some shadows, and then I did the lips. I fixed the lips a little bit so they look more proportional, and then I went to do the neckline and then the layered necklaces. I did mess up a little bit when it comes to the neckline. There's one part of it that I colored it in with the skin tone, but then I confused it with it's supposed to be the part of the shirt. So I do go back and erase it. As you can see here, I erased it and then I fixed it, and then I did the shirt. The shirt was like a white color, but then my paper is white, so I made it a little bit gray tone, so it kind of gives the effect of looking white. And then I did the words on the shirt, and then I did the other shadows on the hand, and then the legs were really hard and the shoes were really hard to draw. But then this is what it looks like all done, but we're not quite done just yet. So here I'm going with my Zebra Mildliners, which is like a highlighter marker, and I'm doing the background yellow and sort of like this sunset sort of color. And I got inspired by another artist I saw on Pinterest when they did their portrait drawings. They colored their background and made it look really, really cool. So I got inspired to do something similar to that, but it's not going to look exactly like it because I don't have the correct material or medium for it. But yeah, so I used the highlighter markers. I used yellow, like a bright yellow. I used a golden yellow. I used pink, which I think it was a little too light of a pink shade, but that's the only like pink marker that I had. And then I used also color pencil to go over it and to kind of go back and made it more smoother transition between the colors, because the markers, they don't blend that well together. So then I didn't like the look of it, so it looked really, really rough. So I just went back with pencil to kind of soften it up a little bit. But that's the last part of my drawing, and I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys watch the rest of the remaining of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Right there on top of the moon, we could sit and